Good morning class. Today we studied our topic, that is digestive system. Before we studied about the digestive system, we know the term that is digestion. What is digestion? The term digestion means when a non-absorbed food is converted into absorbed food is called digestion. Means non-absorbed food. Suppose the food that is non-absorbed is converted, or it is hard in shape and it converted into a absorbed food or in the form of liquid, that is called digestion. Basically, digestion takes place in 5 steps. Let me know what are the steps. First step is ingestion. Second step is digestion. Third step is absorption. Means the absorption of food in a blood. Then fourth step is assimilation. Assimilation means release of energy in the body. With the help of this energy, we can perform the various tasks. Then the fifth step is excretion. Means the waste food or a urine excrete from our body, that is called excretion. So basically digestion takes place in 5 steps. Ingestion starts from mouth. Then digestion is completely, generally in many of the examination and like SSC, railway, maximum digestion takes place in our body part, that is internal organ, that is small intestine. Small intestine is that part where the maximum digestion of food takes place. Absorption means absorption of food in a blood. Assimilation means release of energy. If the release of energy takes place in our body, we can easily perform the many tasks. Excretion means waste food, urine, excrete from the body. In this way, in 5 steps, digestion process takes place. Then before we study about the digestion, let me go to the diagram. First, let me go to the diagram. Okay. Basically, digestion starts from our mouth. Digestion process is start from our mouth. In a mouth, there are 2 types of actions are there. First is mechanical actions. Mechanical action that is performed by our teeth. Cutting, biting of food, that is performed our teeth. After the mechanical function, there is a saliva present. Saliva performs the chemical actions. And mechanical action is performed by our teeth. And saliva perform our chemical actions. And the process starts from our mouth. How the mechanical action performed by teeth? Let me study. There are 4 types of teeth in our body. First is incisors. Second one is canine, that help in cutting of foods and tearing of foods. Third is premolar. And fourth one is molar. These are the four types of teeth which is present in our mouth. First is incisors, second is canine, third is premolar, and fourth is molar. So what kind of question is asked by the examiner in the exam? In a child, which type of teeth is absent? In a child, which type of teeth is absent? The teeth which is absent in a child, absent, that is premolar. Premolar is a such kind of teeth which is absent in a child, this, and the total count of teeth in a human body is 32. Incisors generally help in cutting of food. It help in tearing of food. It help in both biting and churning of food. Generally, the function of premolar and molar remains same. Both having performed the same function, churning of food. It help in churning of the food. Let me go towards how the saliva performs the chemical actions. Let me go to chemical actions. How the saliva perform the chemical action. Generally, saliva non-absorbed food convert non-absorbed food into absorbed one. Non-absorbed food into absorbed one. In saliva, there is an enzyme present. Maximum time, question asked, what kind of enzyme is present in saliva? Enzyme. Let me go through the term enzyme. What is an enzyme? Enzyme is work as a catalyst. Enzyme is work as a catalyst in our body. Enzyme work as a catalyst in our body. Catalyst, what's the function of catalyst? Generally in chemistry part, the term catalyst comes from the chemistry. The catalyst means it increase the rate of reaction. If any reaction, if a reactant and product, it increase the rate of reaction, as well as it decrease the rate of reaction. It's the main function of catalyst. And enzyme is nothing, it's just type of protein. It's nothing. Enzyme is just kind of protein which increase the rate of reaction or decrease the rate of reaction. That the name of an enzyme, it is asked many times, name the enzyme that is present in saliva. The enzyme that is present in the saliva is ptyalin. It's silent, P silent word, that is ptyalin. Ptyalin is the name of an enzyme that is present in our saliva. It helps in converting the non-absorbed food into an absorbed food. That is the main function of ptyalin which is present in our saliva, and in this way the chemical action is performed by our mouth. Let me go through the diagram. And a diagram after the mouth, the part which is comes, that is esophagus. That part is esophagus. In some of the book is also written it as a food pipe. It is also called food pipe. There is no digestion. Of food takes place in this food pipe or esophagus. It's just a path. For the food to reach to the another part, that is stomach. After the duct is a duct part. After the stomach, after the food is reached to the stomach. Let me go to the stomach. What kind of enzymes is present in the stomach? What kind of acid is present in the stomach? So, let me go to the stomach. Let me go after The food is go through the food pipe. After food pipe, the food reach to the stomach. The food is reached to the stomach. In a stomach, an acid is present. An acid is present. Is many of the examination is generally asked what kind of acid is present in the stomach. The acid which is present in the stomach is hydrochloric acid. Is a hydrochloric acid, and its formula, chemical formula is HCl. Is a hydrochloric acid. What is the function of that hydrochloric acid? Generally, the main functions of hydrochloric acid is that it kills the bacteria. It helps in killing the bacteria or germs. It helps in killing the bacteria or germs that is present in our food. The food we eat contains some kind of germs and bacteria also. In order to killing that bacteria and germs, the hydrochloric acid is used. Hydrochloric acid used, that is the main function of hydrochloric acid. After, the second function of that hydrochloric acid is that it helps in packaging of food. It helps in packaging the food. So the food not become a smelly one and tasteless. In order to make the packaging of food is another function of hydrochloric acid. Is another function of the hydrochloric acid. After the acid in present in the stomach, there is two kind of enzymes are also present. Two kind of enzyme. Class, listen carefully. The two kind of enzymes are also present. The two kind of the name of that kind of enzymes are, the first enzyme, as I earlier told you, that enzyme is a kind of catalyst or a protein which help in decrease or increase the rate of reaction. The first enzyme, in many of the examination, it is asked when and where is the place the protein digestions begin. The protein digestions is begun from stomach, and the enzyme that is present in a stomach, that is pepsin, it help in the digestion of a protein. So pepsin basically help in digestion of protein. Or we can say that it converts protein into peptones. It converts protein into peptones is a main function of pepsin. It's a main function of pepsin. Second enzyme that is present is rennin. Second enzyme is rennin. Rennin generally produced in a child or an infant when he or she is born, rennin, because this rennin help in digestion of milk products. The main function of this rennin is help in digestion of milk product, and the pepsin begins the digestion of protein, and pepsin converts that protein into peptones is a main function of pepsin. It is very important one. It is very important one. So basically two types of enzymes are present in our stomach. First is pepsin that converts protein into peptones. Second types of enzymes are present is rennin. That rennin converts, help in digestion of the milk products. Let me go through the diagram. First the process starts from mouth. Then food is reached to a path, that is esophagus. Food is reached to the stomach where the digestion of protein is begun, that we studied earlier. After, the one point is noted in the part of stomach. There is a membrane. There is a membrane present. Outer lining of stomach, there is membrane present, that is mucous membrane. The membrane that is present. What is the function of that mucous membrane? The main function of that mucous membrane, it protects the stomach. It protects the stomach from the effect of HCl. As we all know that HCl is a strong acid. When it mixes with the water, it becomes a weak acid. In order to protect our stomach from the effects of HCl, that mucous membrane which is present at the outer lining of the stomach, it protects our stomach from the effects of HCl. That is the main function. It is a very, very important question, and many times it is asked in SSC CGL exams, what kind of membrane and the name of the kind of membrane that is present outer lining of the stomach. The outer lining of the stomach contain a mucous membrane that protects the stomach from the effects of HCl. Let's go through the diagram. After the stomach, that food reaches to the small intestine. Small intestine, that is part is small intestine. The name contains small, but its size is caught fire or far behind the large intestine, because its size is very large. And small intestine is that part. Small intestine is that part where the maximum absorption of food takes place. Maximum absorption means maximum digestion. Maximum digestion takes place in that part. Let me go through the small intestine part. The first point which I told you earlier, maximum digestion. Maximum digestion takes place in that part. Maximum digestion takes place. It is very, very important question. Where the maximum digestion takes place? Maximum digestion takes place in a small intestine. And second point, its size greater than large intestine. Large intestine contain large, but its size in comparison to small intestine is small. So remember, class, remember these 2 points are very, very important regarding the small intestine. That a small intestine is that part or in that internal organ where the maximum digestion takes place, and its size is in comparison to large intestine is quite large one. That is the main points of small intestine. Let me go towards liver. Second part, next part, that is liver. Liver is a very, very important part. Liver is that organ where the maximum acids are produces. That is called liver. And liver is the largest gland. It is very, very important, class. Which kind of gland is the largest gland? The liver is that gland which is the largest gland in our body. Liver is the largest gland. Liver is that organ which can reproduce again and again. If get finished, then it reproduces again. It is finished, then it reproduces again. That is the main function of liver. And liver secretes and juice as a kind of juice. Let me study what kind of juice is produced by the liver. Let me study what kind of juice is produced by the liver. The juice that is produced by the liver is bile juice. What is the color of that bile juice? It is asked many of the examination. What's the color of? It's a pale yellow color. It's a kind of pale yellow color of bile juice. Generally, the main function of that bile juice, it reduces the acidity or acid part from our food. It reduces the acidity part from our food. That is the main function of that bile juice. And again, there are two kind of question is asked. From where the bile juice is secreted? If the examiner asks the question, from which part the bile juice is secret, your answer should be liver. Your answer should be liver. If the examiner asked from you where this bile juice is stored, if the examiner asks you where this bile juice is stored, in that case you should not answer the question liver. In that case you should not answer the liver. In case you answer the question, that is gallbladder. That is gallbladder. So class, gallbladder is that part where the bile juice gets stored, and the liver is that part where the bile juice is produced. There are two different types of question. There are different types of question where the generally student makes some mistakes. So carefully understand this point. If the examiner asked from which part the bile juice is secreted, the answer should be liver, and where it is stored, then answer should be gallbladder. So class, let's solve today's for all class. Thank you and have a nice day.